It continues over the state of Washington's Redistricting Commission's new political maps, which voting rights advocates say will dilute the Latino vote in Yakima County for the next 10 years. Cap KVU's Emily Goodell spoke to a watchdog group that's suing the commission over transparency issues.
The Washington State Coalition for Open Government claims that the commission violated the state's Open Public Meetings Act several times during its November 15th meeting. They say that this is because they discussed several items in private rather than in full view of the public. Despite the commissioners meeting for over 5 hours virtually, they spent only a half hour in front of the public. The rest of the time, they spent talking privately in caucus meetings.
Why don't we break now for caucus meetings? We return to caucus. We're going to continue on in caucuses.
Caucus usually is just our side talks to itself, your side talks to itself. Then we convene publicly and argue out our points of view. That didn't take place in the public setting.
Instead, the lawsuit says commissioners talked about important issues behind closed doors.
We have been in discussions and working on issues around keeping communities of interest together, thinking about city splits, really looking carefully at maps.
Commissioners did not share what was in the final legislative or congressional district maps before they took their vote.
The law is clear that open meetings means open deliberation, not just open outcome.
The coalition says if the court rules in their favor, it would render the commission's decisions at that meeting null and void.
If you don't follow a legal process, you can't have a legal outcome.
That means the court would have to decide whether to continue using the political maps that came from that meeting.
I suppose they could say we're going to start over and we're going to have a separate process and reach different conclusions.
Another group, Redistricting Justice for Washington, plans to sue over the actual contents of those political maps. The group claims that the commission has violated federal and state laws about voting by drawing district lines in a way that dilutes the power of Latino voters in Yakima County. Reporting live from our Yakima Bureau, Emily Goodell, Cap KVU Local News.